Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I haven't done swatching in a while and I have missed it. And I have today some new watercolors to swatch with you and for you. I purchased the new collection by Holbein. I think it's fairly new, of granulating watercolors. There are 4 sets and they are themed. So they consist of 6 colours each. The first set is the moon set. The second set is the landscape set. The third set is the flower set. And the fourth set is the bird set. Today I will be swatching these 2 for you, and in the next video I'll be swatching the flower and the bird set for you. And I can't wait. I've had these for a while and I've been really wanting to test them. So I'm really excited to see how they look and how they react on the paper. So yes, without further ado, I'm going just to, do my usual thing, rearrange everything and come back and begin swatching. So the first set that I'm going to swatch is the moon set. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be like a moody, atmospheric set. I hope it will be. So let's open it and see what colours are inside. There are 6 colours and they are very poetically named. There is Lunar Eclipse Red, Full Moon Yellow, Earthshine Violet, Hazy Moon Yellow, Moonlit Night Blue and Rainy Night Moon Black. And I am going to begin with the Lunar Eclipse Red. Now this colour has 4 pigments in it, and the 2 first pigments it has is BV7 and BV15. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that because those are both dyes. So their light fastness, I think, isn't going to be great. Oh my goodness, the colour though. It looks gorgeous on the palette. The other colours in it are PY110 and PR122. So this looks so pretty on the palette though. So I'm going to do a mass tone first and then diluted. So I'm going to put that over there. I haven't done circles in a while, so if they're extra wonky, please forgive me. I'm going to pick up some more colour. This is a beautiful hue. It's a shame that it has those dyes in it though. We'll do a diluted version of it. I'm going to keep an eye out for the granulation as they are marketed as granulating, and see how much they do granulate. Okay, that looks like it's granulating. It's a very pretty hue. It's just a shame that it has those dyes in it. Don't know why they did that, but okay. It is what it is. Next we have Full Moon Yellow. Let me see what it looks like on the pan. This looks like a green almost. Yes, it is almost like a very light olive green. The pigments in this colour are PY159, PY42 and PBK6. So it's got black in it. It's got like a earth yellow PY42. So let's see. Oh, that is pretty though. Oh, that is very pretty. I was really excited when I saw that Holbein came out with a granulating set, because Holbein colours are really nice to work with. Dilute that. That hasn't granulated very much. It has granulated a little bit more in mass tone. Let's see what that does. The next colour is Earthshine Violet. This has an ultramarine blue in it, PB29 and PR177 and PR122. Ooh, that is an intense violet. Let's see. I'm gonna have to take a bit more of this. Oh, wonky circle. Yeah, entering the wonky circle era. If you hear noises, it's the birds in my attic. They've nested, they've got little birdies hatching all over the place, and they're very noisy. I don't mind them, but I'm, you know, when I'm filming, I'm like, oh, could you keep it down, guys, up there, please? Thank you. So now we're gonna swatch this, dilute it, and see what it looks like. I'm not seeing much granulation in these so far. Almost none in that. So, okay, but they're very pretty hues. Let's see what that does. That has the ultramarine in it, so there might be a bit more granulation. Next we have the Hazy Moon Yellow, which has PY159 in it, PBK6 and PB15. So it's got a black, it's got a phthalo, it's got a yellow. Ooh, it's quite dark. Let's see. That is very dark. And again, with the wonky circle. That reminds me a little bit of a perylene green. The hue. Let's dilute it. Yeah, it reminds me of a perylene green. Oh, okay. I'm out of practice with my circles. So the wonkiness is real. Oh boy. Okay. Next we have Moonlit Night Blue, which has just two colours in it, two pigments, PB29 and PBK6. See what this looks like. Okay. Yeah, this looks like a Payne's grey. And let's dilute that. So far, the only one that's actually granulated nicely has been the Earth Shine Violet, and there's also some colour separation in there, which is really pretty. But the others, not so much. This is cold pressed cotton paper, by the way, 100% cotton paper, so it has tooth. It would show granulation if there was any. Or maybe I should have diluted that a bit more. Oh well, I'll just leave it as it is. The last colour of this set, it is Rainy Night Moon Black, and this has PB29 in it and PR101, so an earthy red colour and ultramarine blue. So let's see. Let's just add a bit more water. I'm giving this a good mix. And that colour is glorious. That is just so pretty. But yeah, it has the dyes in it, so this is a black. Let's dilute that. That is also a very pretty colour. Okay, yeah. The hues are lovely. They're very, very pretty. I'm not seeing granulation as I expected. I mean, there is slight granulation. There is some slight colour separation here. This one hasn't granulated. It has granulated in mass tone. This one has the most granulation of everything so far. Let's see when this dries what happens. This one's quite flat. This one has a little bit, a tiny bit of colour separation and a little bit of granulation. Okay, let's see what that does. I'm going to clear my palette and come back and we'll swatch the landscape set next. So now we'll move on to the landscape set and we'll begin with a pampas grass yellow. Put this here. So Pampas Grass Yellow has 3 pigments in it. The pigments are PR233, PY43 and PY83. So 2 yellows, 1 red. Let's see. Oh, it's a very pretty yellow. Let's see what it looks like. It's quite transparent. It looks like it's granulating. Let's dilute it. Oh, it's very pretty. That is a very pretty yellow. There is a slight dullness in it, but it's also bright. It's strange. That is a pretty yellow, and it looks like it's going to granulate. So fingers crossed. Now next we have Wonder Forest Green. They're all very poetic and, you know, names in here. Wonder Forest Green is PY43 and PG50. So PG50 I think is a cobalt green. So this looks a bit like a teal, a greenish teal. Diluting it. So yeah, this has to be a cobalt because it's quite, the pigment in it, I can feel it, is quite heavy. Let's see. Pick up a bit more. It's quite an aquatic colour. Let's dilute it. This, because if I'm right and PG50 is cobalt, which I think it is, it should granulate. Add a bit more water. I still think it's quite aquatic, which makes it strange because this is a Wonder Forest Green. But we'll see. Next we have Ocean Blue, which is PY159 and PB15. So a yellow, a blue, a phthalo blue, Ocean Blue. That has some yellow colour separation in there, which doesn't surprise me with the cobalt. That looks very summery. A bit more. Yeah, I can see yellow in there as well. The yellow is separating from the blue. Oh my goodness, wonkiness here. The wonkiness is major. And let's dilute that. I can even see the yellow separating on the palette there. Oh my goodness, that is really separating there. Okay, so this has granulated somewhat and this has granulated. I'm loving that. That is so pretty. Let's see what that does when it dries. Now we have Nightfall Indigo, which has PG50, or it has BV7 in it, which is the dye that was in the other colour. PB60, which is an Indanthrone blue, I think, and PB15, which is a phthalo. It's got quite a few blues in there. Dilute that. Yeah, I can't really see much granulation happening there. We'll see though, we'll see what happens when it is dry. Now we have Twilight Purple, which includes PV47, PR233 and PO13. Well, that looks like a potter's pink. Interesting. Yep. It looks like a dark valued, looks like a dark hued potter's pink. Let's dilute that. It is granulating, so we'll see. This is just flat completely. Okay. So the next and the final colour is Daybreak Orange, which includes PG50. Wow, a PG50 in an orange? PO73 and PR254. Okay. Wow, look at that. That is very pretty with that colour separation. Oh, I do like that. But I do like potter's pink, so let's see. Oh, this doesn't look like orange, but we'll see. This looks like a brown. Brown with a red undertone. Add a bit more. It's quite opaque. can see the red undertone. This has to be one of the most opaque colours. Well, apart from the Nightfall. Nightfall is quite opaque as well. It's a very pretty brown. I don't know about the name Daybreak Orange though, but okay. Let's see it diluted. Oops. Well, that looks very pretty. That looks very, very pretty. So in this set, there are some really lovely colours. I mean, this Wonder Forest Green and this Twilight Purple, really pretty. But I will let that dry and this dry completely, and I'll talk about the colours a little bit. So I'll be right back. I'm back, and I've been sitting here watching these colours while these colours were drying here, and thinking that there are quite a few that haven't actually granulated, and I wonder if it's my paper. So for example, this Nightfall Indigo hasn't granulated at all. This Full Moon Yellow has some colour separation, but it doesn't look like it's granulated. This in its diluted form hasn't granulated. This Moonlit Night Blue, I mean, there's slight granulation, but so I thought I'll bring some different paper and I'll try a few colours just very quickly on this different paper to see if perhaps the colours will react differently. This is a Muse Lamplight watercolor paper from Japan, and it has a different tooth to it. It's a subtle tooth, but we'll just try. So I'm going to try the blue first. So I'm going to try the Nightfall Indigo first. I'm going to just not do any circles, just add it to the paper and see if it granulates differently on here. I'm going to add a lot of water to it because perhaps it needs more water. There is colour separation, I can see it. Let's see what it does. And I can see some granulation. Because sometimes with a smaller area, like circles, you can't really see much. But it just surprised me that this one just didn't granulate. This looks like it's granulating better on this paper. So what other colour should I try? I think I'm going to try the Lunar Eclipse Red. Really diluting it here. Because I want to be fair to these colours, they're marketed as granulating colours. They should be granulating, and I'm not seeing much granulation. I have to add more water here. Yep, it looks like it's granulating better on here. And that is very, very pretty. The hue is so beautiful, and I'm just perplexed why they used a dye in this. I think they could have used some other more light fast colour, but what do I know? So the other colour I wanted to try is the Full Moon Yellow, which I love the hue of, by the way. See, that is granulating now. That is granulating. I think, yeah, I think I've been unfair to these colours. I didn't add enough water, and maybe the paper wasn't the best for these. Let's see. Because paper does make a difference. How much water it makes a difference. The size of the area you're going to apply that makes a difference. This is granulating beautifully now. Look at that. This, a little bit, but not dramatically. Okay, what other colour do I want to try? I want to try this Hazy Moon Yellow. I'm sorry, I'm swatching these again, but I just want to make sure that the information I give is accurate. So let's see. This is the Hazy Moon Black. Take some more, drop it in. I can see the yellow separating immediately in this. Yeah. Okay. So far, this one has had the best granulation of these four. Now that they're drying, this one again is minor granulation. Let's see, it is better the granulation than that. And this one is looking like it's granulating. This one has, again, minor granulation, not a lot. This one has granulated lovely in this area, more flat there. What other colour should I try? I actually want to try the Daybreak Orange because that looks just so glorious there, and I just want to try it on a different paper now. Okay. This is so pretty. This is just so pretty. I love this colour. Oh, that is pretty. I'm just going to continue with just dragging it down because it's just so pretty. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is so pretty. How many times have I said that that's pretty? I need to stop. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. That is just so beautiful. Wow. And now I'm going to have to try that that almost Potter's Pink because that looks really pretty. I'm going to add some more colour. As much as I can. And my goodness, that granulation there is gorgeous. Wow, look at that there. That is granulating beautifully. Oh, that is so pretty there. And that is just beautiful. Okay, so I just wanted to try a few colours to see what they looked like on different paper. And yes, the paper makes a difference. You can see that texture. Absolutely beautiful. One that I wasn't very taken by was this ocean blue. So I'll give it a second chance on this paper. Oops. Let's add. Yeah. Yeah, the yellow separates too much from my liking. It detracts. It doesn't mix at all almost with the blue. As you drag the blue out. Yeah. It doesn't mix. The blue is just the clear, PB15, and the yellow just sits on top. This is just gorgeous, and even when it's totally diluted, it's ethereal. So that is Twilight Purple. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to let those dry, and then I'll come back and give you my thoughts now that I've tried some of them on a different watercolor paper. I'm back again with my final thoughts on these watercolors. So there are some real gems in here. However, some are quite underwhelming. So it's like they've some really beautiful combinations of pigments, and some have just, they've kind of missed the mark for me personally. Even after trying some of the colours out on a different kind of paper, for instance, this Nightfall Blue is quite flat. It does granulate a little bit better on this type of paper, this different paper. However, it's not anywhere near what I expect from a granulating colour. For example, the Full Moon Yellow, again, not very granulating. The Hazy Moon Yellow, again, lots of colour separation in there. You can see the yellow kind of separating from the black. However, there isn't a lot of granulation again. These are quite flat. So yeah, this Ocean Blue again, there is granulation where the yellow is. The yellow sits, however, it doesn't really mix very well with the blue. Now, the colours that I've fallen in love with are this Twilight Purple. My goodness, look at that. That is gorgeous. And when it is diluted heavily, that is an ethereal pink. That is so pretty. This Daybreak Orange, which is, again, very pretty. It's not as granulating as this Twilight Purple. However, the hue is gorgeous. I do like the Wonder Forest Green, although for me it isn't a forest, it's more of an aquatic colour that looks like it has real potential for some lovely granulating effects. I think my favourites, my absolute favourites, are these three. I would have included the Lunar Eclipse Red because it is such a pretty hue. However, it has that dye in it. Well, it has two dyes in it. I don't know why they added those dyes in it. Was the colour only possible with those dyes? I don't know. So I would kind of avoid it for like work that would be exposed to sun. I might use it in my sketchbook. In fact, I think that's where it's going to end up being. This green is really pretty. Again, there is a lot of separation of the yellow in there, so that would be really nice for creating foliage and getting variations in the colours. This pampas grass yellow, again, a very interesting granulating yellow. This does have granulation. So these two sets, in short, have been kind of a mixed bag. I'm very excited to try these two next time. The Holbein Watercolor Flower set and the Granulating Watercolor Bird set, which I will be swatching in the next video. Let me know your thoughts on these colours. Have you tried them? What do you think of them? If you haven't and you've just been watching this and this is your first viewing of the colours, then what do you think of them? Would you try them? So yeah, so those are the two sets by Holbein, the Granulating Moon set and the Granulating Landscape set. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really did. I really enjoyed getting to know these colours and spending time with you as always. I'm going to say my awkward bit here, which is if you like this video, please hit the like button because that helps the video's visibility. If you would like to see more videos by me, please subscribe. I love reading your comments, absolutely love you reading your comments. So drop me a comment if you would like. Also, before I go, the most important bit is my bit about hope. Well, for me it is, because I hold on to hope continuously throughout my life, especially lately. So I just wanted to say, don't give up. Don't give up on hope. Keep holding on to it. Whatever happens, even the darkest times, that's when hope shines the most. So know that you're not alone. I am holding on to hope right there with you. I love you guys. Keep safe, keep creative. Till next time. Bye-bye for now. Bye.